Paimon never imagined your brother would... Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right? He said we needed to reach the end of our journey, and we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going. Then Paimon will be... Although, where should we go next? If we want to... Oh, you mean the god that took your brother away in the first place? You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion, it all started with her. Ooh, Paimon supports that. Well, we've ruled out 2 gods so far, the Anemo and Geo Archons. So, Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk... Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already! Atsuko and Lea! Let's see what she...
My time with Espina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.
Oh. Hello. Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask...
Oh.
Great! We came to the...
But the chance of success is...
Incredibly small...
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found out all I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. There was a storm raging ahead of me, and my pursuers were close on my... After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for... I don't know how many days. My rations and freshwater supply soon ran out, but to my surprise, my journey didn't end there. That's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even alive to tell...
What a horrible journey! And you set off...
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects...
Kanjo Commission?
Along with the other 2 commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer... One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous... Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. They act like the executive arm of the Raiden Shogun's rule. Loyal, it doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this. But after spending so long, what I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma... You should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in... And even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce the necessary...
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. Most Outlanders would be unable to acquire the... But if you really are set on going, there...
The raft idea sounds a little on the danger...
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have some way of getting you to Inazuma. Voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled...
But it's an armed fleet, right?
That part is up to you. If you're able to... The Alcor is the flag...
Then there's no...
on up there.
Stock of herbs is running a bit low.
Not bad, as far as treasure is.
Stock of herbs is running a bit low. What a bountiful home.
The waves are as calm as always.
Ahoy there, mateys!
I wonder what's going
Time
on.
to set sail!
The waves are as calm as always.
I wonder what's going on up there.
The waves are as calm as always. Clear as far as the eye can see. All clear as far as the eye can see. All clear as far as the eye can see.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're fine.
Oh? Why do I detect...
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Your father gave me
I see.
Oh, how wonderful.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, Shu,
I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll just—
Understood, Master Xingqiu.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today.
Xingqiu, have you ever
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ning—
as well?
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of— We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand.
500 million?
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price—
But without any sun...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Oh, Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has—
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of Drifting Clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset. After Sea Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned. Luckily, I came—
That's great! Wouldn't it be a little...
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this—
open-minded. I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described—
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then.
There's something about this young lady— Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very—
Okay, we will...
Speed of light! Hey! Incoming! Ahoy there, mateys! Time to set sail!
Sound of the ocean waves.
Who have we got here? Wait, I know you. Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved Liyue, she said. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I remember thinking at the time that it'd be good to— Judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing, I guess that time—
Hey! The name's not Floating Thing! It's Paimon!
Paimon? What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of— yes, the stars.
Huh? The fragrance of what now?
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that gives our encounter meaning.
You're not far off, but they go by a different name in Inazuma. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me not to acknowledge it with a line or two of poetry?
No, I can't argue with that. Okay, then.
Only if the mood takes me, of course.
Hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash?
I thought you might be here to sign up. The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There'll be a whole bunch of... There are two important rules. 1, competitors must be renowned fighters. We want those with real so you've got nothing to worry about there. 2, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little one-sided. You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. There are a few, and with Liu as savior taking part in the tournament, now that's gonna turn a few heads.
But we didn't come here to take part in a...
Well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested to hear that the prize this time round is particular. Get this. It's a masterless vision.
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can reawaken that vision, it belongs to them.
Is there really such thing as a masterless vision?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. But as for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen. But my intuition...
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of... Organizing the clash is my way of So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very own.
Yeah, we're interested in getting to
Inazuma?
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless vision, or a ticket to Inazuma aboard the Alp.
You just want her to take...
What's wrong with that? The more...
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have to do this tournament.
Great. Then let's get you signed up.
It seems like it will only be a matter...
Ready when you are.
Don't blink!
line up. Let's see who the other competitors are. Beta Hello?
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I were you. The Clash is a Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, we heard.
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chihu Rock Freestyle Combats.
Uh-huh. Also,
What? You... Nonsense. Have you... Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurt. I'm not saying I came out complete.
Uh-huh. But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a time is all in a day's work. Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna...
I'll see you in the arena.
Hi there. Are you here for...
That's right. Nothing beats real life, but this tournament is
Exactly.
This master of yours must...
famous. He's the founder of the Ling Shan clan, and his skills are You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. The clan is nowhere near. He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created many different styles of kung fu, and to the Ling Shan clan,
Force disperse...
it's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist, or change the direction of an incoming stone. All
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting a finger.
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and we're still getting to grips with the very basics. There's no...
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making progress soon, we'll probably run out of money to pay the tuition fees and still have nothing.
There's a tuition?
Of course! This is a Grand Master we're talking.
But recently, though,
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
well, we have to try something.
Exactly. It can't. Folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial.
See you in the arena.
What they...
Stand with me! The bond is strong! I'll settle this! Stand with me!
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the... If so, seems that
So you're also here for...
you better believe it. From me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important... No. I know how that's... I've passed every... In most people's eye, a vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I've also brought along... Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice. Ha! You don't mince... Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before...
To recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too...
Chinksa Village Arm Wrestling Next, please. What's your name? Wait, did I hear that?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though?
I have to ask. Aren't she? It's really her!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the Rite of...
Oh, I wonder if...
I trust you are aware that, only those without... Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary.
Yep, she still doesn't have a vision, though.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. Now, it's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a record of competitors' achievements as part of the sign-up process. So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon, too! Put down Battle with
Whoa!
Might as well declare her the champion already.
I wonder if it's too late to withdraw.
Okay, that's plenty. Actually, this is the most dazzling track record I've ever seen. Right, you're registered. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for...
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because...
There's another prize, too?
Beidou must have upped the stakes this time to attract top...
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as...
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beidou in advance, then? Well, I'm sure a great hero has an important Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin.
Hey, so... Paimon's thinking about that whole... Even though you don't have a vision, most people in Teyvat think that you can't manipulate the elements without one. So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use... In any case, looking at the competition, it's... Alright, it's...
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to go? Good. Then please...
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. Her first bout begins now!
You?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beidou. She'll probably have something to say to us. Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing. Come on, let's go sign up.
So, what do you think, Kazuha?
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some restraint, as if to protect the opponent from serious harm.
Well, I fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, so come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there.
All right. Let me... You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet You know, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was entering the tournament. And since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you. Well, since everyone sees you as... For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention. So, I'm putting you straight through...
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy system if we just skip straight to the semi...
This is how Captain Beidou works. Besides, at your level, you would have made it to the semi...
Huh. To be fair...
All right, I'm gonna watch... We're finally here, folks. The real...
Your opponent has fought many rounds to... You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause. Very well.
All right, that's enough.
Your opponent in the semi-final... I do not doubt your abilities, but I...
Relax. My girl's at the top of her game.
Don't worry. Take some...
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for. sweating. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train harder.
Right! For a moment there, if you had a vision, you did.
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid. People said, but mine? I lost interest eventually. You can't. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try?
No, I didn't. Only in defeat can you understand your.
Wow!
If you have the chance in the future, please.
By the way, do you know?
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't. So don't get.
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about.
Ah, it's you! I myself was a.
Maybe not.
Why, yes. I faltered for but a brief moment. Given my stature, still, I'm sure.
Hey there!
He tried to use force. His opponent was pretty free. Why don't you dodge, they ask. Don't even get me started. I don't dare tell my master about. Sorry, I shouldn't be.
Oh.
Thanks.
We still haven't got any useful information yet.
You gave an outstanding. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind, and it could have cost you the match. But you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground beneath your feet and the pattern of your breathing. But it is nothing remarkable, for I discerned nothing more than.
He's right. But in my case, I was purely. I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new for you, huh?
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final round.
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something unique about. As for the guy you'll be facing, what's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same.
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. I do not mean to flaunt my martial. Given your talent.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the rules?
Gathering intelligence is an essential part. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt. Such impressive feats require...
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling? However, there is only so much that can be discerned from these traces. Come with me. Some post-match entertainment.
Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
Now that we're alone, You are skilled in manipulating the elements. And not just a single element, but...
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the...
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of your elemental abilities, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use elemental skills even in the heat of a match. When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not... Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of... It is things of this nature that I also hear.
As crazy as all that sounds...
My humble abilities are negligible compared... To think a human could wield the element, and not to mention your incredibly complex scent.
Hey, stop evaluating us based on our...
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy and even wield it in combat?
It's been a long journey, and many things have happened along the way. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods and the visions they grant. However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. That will make it a fair exchange. Now then.
Illusion shattered!
Speed of light! Hey! Don't blink! With sword comes shadow. Our bond is strong! Coming at ya! Coming at ya! Coming at ya! Ha-ha! Hey there!
You control the elements with... Oh, pay no attention to me. I was...
Watch out! Attack! Watch out!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Incoming! Cut to the chase!
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Illusion shattered!
Coming at ya! Hey there! A proper send-off! From the Spina with love!
Your skills in battle are truly beyond... Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining balance, which enables him to execute moves that many would find impossible. He relies entirely on the element of surprise. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak, please, save your thanks. The world is a true...
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have...
I desire to know what meaning vision and what influences the god's decision. My apologies for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, visions are a gift bestowed by the divine in the outset. Supposing, not to mention...
She sounds less like an...
As far as I know, Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside with... It goes without saying that the people locked within...
Sounds a lot...
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will... If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to... Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got...
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go.
Why isn't he? Never mind. We can start. Everyone, listen up! We've reached the climax of the. We've seen many exciting battles today. Now, I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few, she strikes fear into the heart of us.
Wow! I've been waiting.
I'm sure everyone witnessed her. But today's final round. As for our other come on, what could be taking him? Apologies! Everyone, just sit tight. We've got no other choice. If he doesn't...
Wait a moment. Captain Beidou, perhaps we should check... Traveler.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody...
We don't know when it was taken I never thought that someone...
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand does not escape nature's watch. The vision was the prize that I had offered.
Well, if you insist, I'll stay here and try to offer some...
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can...
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of taking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen.
Well, then why didn't you stop him?
You'll see, shortly. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Hey there!
Picked the wrong test subject.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure a quick getaway.
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Drat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could activate this one.
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be skilled. Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of that, I could hear your boasting and proud laughter in the wind. In other words, you failed to meet any of the basic criteria for a grand hike.
You...
But most disappointing of all is it appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire indiscriminately.
Fine! Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register.
Aha! So you were...
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. But then you showed up. After watching the semi-finals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. But I wasn't about to give up on the vision so easy. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills to good use while everyone's attention was on you and Beta. I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow you still managed to catch. After all I went through to get it? I think not. I know an empty threat when I hear one. Fine. But you'd better mean it. It didn't activate once I took it anyway.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing...
Huh? You're not...
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't show up for the final match, and you damaged the reputation. It seems that it would be only fair to brand the...
Whoa, whoa! We don't need to go that...
I never would have guessed. If this is where talking gets me, then forget it. I'll...
Hey there! Coming at ya! A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
My sword comes shadow.
I'll have mine revenge!
And watch out!
No! No! Do what you want, but please...
He has persevered to the bitter end. Put down the vision and leave.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you asking? It's up to you. Such willing...
No need for that. Thank you for...
Huh? Paimon doesn't get it!
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just testing all possibilities while the vision remained in his hands. When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength will appear. But unfortunately, nothing... Yes. I wanted to know whether it were possible. From the moment he stole the vision, I decided to use him for the... I've tried many other methods, though few tales tell of a masterless vision. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that... Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm hoping for. I see. So you... No matter. This was expected. I suppose this vision...
Yeah, what's the story?
The story begins with an old... He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I'd stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of nature that lies along the way, while still retaining the warrior way in my heart.
Kazuha!
It's just another way of saying I do as I please. All right then, it's time we returned. Do not let my feelings, but thank you.
you